Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue that is set to electrify Port Charles and change the landscape of General Hospital forever. The highly anticipated Nurses Ball 2025 is already shaping up to be one of the most unforgettable events in the show's history. While the annual gala has long been a place of glitz, music, and heartfelt moments, this year's celebration will go down in legend. Not for tragedy, but for the miraculous return of two of the show's most beloved characters. Yes, you read that right, Michael Corinthos is back, fully recovered, and he's not alone. In a shocking and emotional twist that has stunned viewers and characters alike, Morgan Corinthos, long believed to be dead, is alive and returning to Port Charles. For those who followed General Hospital closely over the years, the loss of Morgan in 2020 was one of the most painful moments in recent memory. The presumed death of Sonny and Carly's youngest son sent waves of grief through the Corinthos family and devastated fans. Morgan's death occurred under explosive and suspicious circumstances, presumed to be the result of a car bomb meant for someone else. His body was never recovered, but after exhaustive searches and painful goodbyes, everyone had to accept the heartbreaking conclusion: Morgan was gone. But now, after 5 long years, the truth is revealed: Morgan never died. As the Nurses Ball 2025 begins, attendees file into the Metro Court Ballroom with their usual excitement and anticipation. There are the elegant gowns, the red carpet interviews, the charity speeches, and the musical performances that fans love. Lucy Coe opens the evening with a spirited welcome, and the lights dim for the first act. But it's not the stage that draws everyone's attention. Midway through the event, as guests mingle and toast glasses of champagne, the crowd parts near the ballroom entrance. A familiar face appears: Michael Corinthos. Not as the fragile, bandaged man recovering from burns in a foreign clinic, but as the confident, fully healed version of himself. Michael has returned home, and the entire room pauses to take in his unexpected arrival. Carly gasps. Sonny turns slowly. Dante drops his drink. Willow stares in disbelief. And then, stepping out from behind Michael, comes the real shock of the night: Morgan. There's a beat of total silence. Then an eruption of stunned voices, gasps, and then tears. Carly, seeing her son alive after 5 years of grief, nearly collapses. Sonny rushes to Morgan, embracing him with uncontainable emotion. Dante and Jocelyn are frozen in place. It's not a hallucination. It's not a dream. It's Morgan. Alive. Breathing. Real. So where has he been all this time? The answer, slowly revealed over the course of the evening, paints a picture of self-preservation, secrecy, and eventual redemption. After the explosion 5 years ago, Morgan managed to escape the wreckage. Injured and confused, he suffered memory loss and wandered away from Port Charles. He ended up in a quiet coastal town under an assumed name, eventually regaining his memories and choosing to stay away to avoid the violence and danger that once plagued his life. Morgan believed the best thing he could do for his family and himself was to stay gone. But everything changed when he heard the news of Michael's near-death experience in Germany. Driven by guilt, love, and fear of losing his brother forever, Morgan traveled to the clinic under a fake identity and reunited with Michael behind closed doors. For Michael, the reunion was life-altering. Despite his own recovery, seeing Morgan again gave him strength and renewed purpose. Over the next several weeks, the brothers reconnected. Michael urged Morgan to return home, assuring him that the Corinthos family would embrace him with open arms. Michael's persuasion worked, and together, they made a plan to return during the Nurses' Ball, when the whole town would be together. The reunion scene is emotional beyond measure. Carly sobs uncontrollably as she holds Morgan's face in her hands, unable to stop saying, "I thought I lost you forever." Sonny, equally overwhelmed, apologizes for not protecting his son, but Morgan cuts him off, telling him none of it was his fault. Jocelyn hugs Morgan tightly, sobbing into his shoulder. Even Dante, who often struggled to connect with his impulsive younger brother, chokes up as he welcomes Morgan home. Elsewhere in the ballroom, reactions vary. Willow, still processing her rocky separation from Michael, watches from afar with tears in her eyes. Drew stands silently, conflicted. Nina, caught up in the moment, offers a quiet smile. Anna and Jordan observe the scene as well, aware that Morgan's return may carry deeper implications, questions about what he's been through, what he may know, and who else might have known the truth. But for the Corinthos family, the night is pure healing. Michael, now fully recovered, stands by his brother's side throughout the evening. His burn scars are gone. He no longer walks with assistance. His presence is calm, centered, and full of clarity. He tells Carly and Sonny that the clinic in Germany gave him not just his health, but his perspective. And he credits Morgan's surprise visit as the moment everything changed for him. The return of Morgan and Michael turns the nurses' ball into more than a celebration. It becomes a declaration: the Corinthos family is back, united, and stronger than ever. The rest of the night unfolds with spontaneous performances, tributes to past lives lost, and heartfelt donations to General Hospital. Lucy brings the crowd together to thank the audience, acknowledge the survivors and lost loved ones, and honor those who found their way home, like Morgan. The next day in Port Charles, news of Morgan's return dominates headlines. The town is abuzz with speculation. Where exactly was Morgan all this time? Who helped him? Was someone protecting his identity? And most importantly, what happens next? For now, Sonny and Carly welcome Morgan home without conditions. He returns to live in the Corinthos compound. He reconnects with old friends. He visits Morgan's memorial plaque and places his hand against it with quiet reverence. He vows to build a better life, one with purpose, calm, and no secrets. Michael, too, is beginning a new chapter. With his health restored and his children by his side, he prepares to re-establish his role in Port Charles. His near-death experience has changed him, and he wants to use that clarity to be a better father, a better brother, and a better man. The Nurses' Ball 2025 was meant to be a night of performance and fundraising. Instead, it became the scene of resurrection, redemption, and one of the most powerful family reunions in General Hospital history. Next, we will dive deep into a thrilling and twist-filled storyline surrounding Drew Kane's dangerous scheme at the upcoming Nurses' Ball, the potential fallout for Lulu Spencer, and the explosive secrets about Brooklyn Quartermain's past that might come tumbling out in the most dramatic fashion. Buckle up as we unravel a web of deceit, mistaken identities, and jaw-dropping revelations that could change the lives of many in Port Charles forever. A sinister plot unfolds at the Nurses' Ball. The glitz and glamour of the Nurses' Ball are just around the corner, but beneath the sparkling gowns and polished tuxedos lies a dark undercurrent of treachery. Word on the street is that Drew Kane, a man known for his calculated moves, is brewing a nefarious plan to sabotage someone with a dangerous dose of ketamine. Whispers suggest that his intended target is none other than the formidable Tracy Quartermain, whose sharp tongue and iron will have made her a prime candidate for someone's wrath. But could Drew's intentions stem from a deeper grudge, perhaps tied to past family betrayals or business dealings gone sour at ELQ? Speculation is rife that his motives might be linked to a desire to neutralize Tracy's influence over key decisions, giving him a chance to seize control. However, in the chaotic elegance of the Nurses' Ball, where champagne glasses clink and secrets linger in every corner, plans have a way of spiraling out of control. Imagine the scene: Drew, cloaked in the guise of a charming guest, stealthily slips the drug into a crystal flute meant for Tracy. But as fate often intervenes in Port Charles, a simple mix-up could turn his scheme upside down. Picture Tracy engaged in a lively conversation with Lulu Spencer near the bar, their drinks resting side by side on a polished tray. In a fleeting moment of distraction, perhaps a waiter bumping into the crowd, the glasses are switched. Lulu, unsuspecting and caught up in the festive spirit, reaches for the wrong drink, sipping the tainted liquid with no inkling of the storm that awaits her. A terrible mistake in Lulu's unraveling. As the ketamine takes hold, the effects on Lulu are swift and disorienting. Her usual poise and quick wit begin to crumble, replaced by slurred speech and erratic behavior that raises eyebrows among the guests. Drew, watching from a distance, realizes the horrifying error too late. His target has escaped unscathed, but an innocent bystander now bears the brunt of his misdeed. The ballroom, once filled with laughter and music, becomes a stage for concern as Lulu stumbles through the crowd, her eyes glassy and her words incoherent. Friends rush to her side, including Maxie Jones, who senses something is terribly wrong and whispers urgently to Dante Falconeri to call for help. But the true chaos is yet to unfold. Under the influence of the drug, Lulu's inhibitions vanish, and her tongue becomes a weapon of raw, unfiltered truth. For weeks, she has been quietly digging into a mystery that could shatter the Quartermaine family, a secret tied to the adoption of Brooklyn Quartermaine's baby. Driven by a journalist's instinct and a personal stake in the truth, Lulu has uncovered discrepancies in the story told by Lois Cerullo about the adoption agency, which supposedly handled the process but mysteriously shuttered its doors back in 1987. Armed with fragments of evidence, including old letters and a questionable timeline of events, Lulu has grown convinced that Gio Palmieri, the charming new face in town, is the child Brooklyn gave up all those years ago. At the nurse's ball, with her mind clouded by ketamine, will she hold her tongue, or will the truth come spilling out in a moment of reckless abandon? A shocking revelation rocks the crowd. Picture this. The nurse's ball is in full swing, with the spotlight on a dazzling performance, when Lulu's voice cuts through the melody like a jagged knife. Standing unsteadily on her feet, she points a trembling finger at Lois Cerullo and unleashes a bombshell that silences the room. "You lied about everything, Lois. Gio is Brooklyn and Dante's son, and you've hidden it all this time," she cries, her words echoing off the grand chandeliers. Gasps ripple through the crowd as eyes turn to Brooklyn, whose face pales with shock, and Dante, whose jaw tightens in disbelief. Lois, cornered by the accusation, struggles to maintain her composure, but the guilt flickering in her eyes speaks volumes to those who know her best. The aftermath is nothing short of pandemonium. Brooklyn, reeling from the revelation, rounds on her mother with a mix of anger and heartbreak, demanding answers. "How could you keep this from me, Mom? Did you think I'd never find out?" she pleads, tears welling in her eyes. Lois, caught in a trap of her own making, stammers through half-truths, but the pressure of the moment forces her to confess. Yes, Gio is indeed the son Brooklyn gave up for adoption, a decision made in secret to protect her daughter's future during a tumultuous time. As the truth spills out, Lulu, still dazed, manages a weak, "You didn't know?" To Brooklyn, her words a haunting reminder of the pain unearthed by her drugged state. The Quartermaine family in turmoil. The ripple effects of Lulu's outburst spread like wildfire through the nurse's ball, engulfing the Quartermaine family and their allies in a storm of emotion. Ned Quartermaine, always a pillar of stoicism, struggles to process the news, while Olivia Falconeri grips his arm, her face a mask of sympathy and shock. Harrison Chase, standing nearby, feels a pang of helplessness as he watches Brooklyn crumble under the weight of her past. Even Sonny Corinthos, a man no stranger to family secrets, narrows his eyes at the unfolding drama, sensing the potential for this revelation to destabilize alliances in Port Charles. At the heart of the storm is Gio himself, the young man whose life has just been turned upside down. Confronting Lois with a mix of fury and confusion, he demands to know why he was never told the truth about his origins. "You've been lying to me my whole life, Aunt Lois, or should I even call you that?" he snaps, his voice thick with betrayal. The pain in his eyes cuts deep, and as he turns to Brooklyn and Dante, searching for some semblance of connection, the air grows heavy with unspoken questions. How will Gio reconcile this new reality, and what does it mean for his place in the Quartermaine dynasty? lingering questions and future fallout. As the nurses' ball descends into chaos, the consequences of Drew's failed plan and Lulu's unintended confession loom large over Port Charles. Will Drew face repercussions for his dangerous scheme, or will he manage to slink back into the shadows, leaving others to clean up the mess? And what of Lulu? Once the ketamine wears off, will she stand by her accusations, armed with the evidence she's gathered, or will she regret her outburst and seek to make amends? The road ahead promises to be fraught with tension, as the Corinthos family grapples with a secret that has been buried for far too long. Next, we will explore the whirlwind of drama surrounding Jocelyn Jacques during the eventful week of May 19th to 23rd in Port Charles. From high-stakes secret missions to explosive family feuds and mysterious connections that raise eyebrows, Jocelyn's life is about to become a roller coaster of emotions and intrigue. Join us as we break down 3 unmissable moments that promise to keep viewers glued to their screens, with fresh twists, intricate details, and surprising turns that will deepen the chaos in Jocelyn's already complicated world. The week kicks off with a firestorm as Jocelyn finds herself unwittingly dragged into a bitter feud between 2 of Port Charles's most formidable women, her mother, Carly Spencer, and the ever-controversial Nina Reeves. On May 19th, tensions boil over during a heated confrontation at a local hotspot, likely the Metro Court, where Nina and Carly clash over the ongoing custody battle involving Michael Corinthos and Willow Corinthos. The argument escalates into a physical altercation, with Nina delivering a stinging slap across Carly's face in a moment of unbridled fury. Not one to back down, Carly might just retaliate with equal force, her eyes blazing with defiance as onlookers gasp at the public spectacle. Jocelyn, arriving just as the dust begins to settle, walks into a scene of utter disarray. She might catch the tail end of the scuffle, spotting Nina storming off in a huff while Carly struggles to regain her composure amidst shattered glassware and curious stares from nearby patrons. Sensing her mother's distress, Jocelyn quickly steps in as a pillar of support. In a quiet corner, away from prying eyes, Carly opens up to her daughter, her voice trembling as she confesses her unintended role in complicating Michael's court battle over custody. She reveals a misstep. A conversation or document she mishandled that has added fuel to the legal fire. Determined to rectify her mistake, Carly shares her plan to mend fences, possibly by leveraging a favor from an old ally like Jason Morgan or even digging up dirt on Nina's past indiscretions. Jocelyn, torn between worry for her brother and admiration for her mother's resolve, offers words of encouragement, though the weight of family drama visibly adds to the burden she already carries. As the week progresses, Jocelyn's challenges multiply with a dramatic showdown against Willow Corinthos on May 21st, set against the dazzling yet notoriously chaotic backdrop of the Nurses' Ball. This annual event, known for its blend of charity, elegance, and inevitable scandal, provides the perfect stage for personal grudges to erupt. Dressed in a stunning gown, a deep emerald number with intricate beading, perhaps, Jocelyn navigates the ballroom with a mix of grace and grit, but her encounter with Willow quickly turns the night sour. The air crackles with hostility as the 2 young women lock eyes near the grand staircase, their disagreement over Michael's choices spilling into the public arena. Jocelyn, fiercely loyal to her brother, takes a bold Team Michael stance, making no effort to hide her disdain for Willow's decisions during the custody feud. Her words cut deep, accusing Willow of prioritizing her own emotions over what's best for the family, perhaps even hinting at Willow's past vulnerabilities to drive her point home. Willow, equally unyielding, fires back with sharp retorts, questioning Jocelyn's right to meddle in affairs she doesn't fully understand. Their exchange draws a small crowd of whispering guests, including perhaps Elizabeth Weber, who watches with concern as insults fly like daggers under the glittering chandeliers. The scene promises to be a highlight of the Nurses' Ball, amplifying the event's reputation for unexpected mayhem and setting tongues wagging about where loyalties truly lie in this fractured family dynamic. Adding yet another layer to Jocelyn's turbulent week is the complication surrounding her secretive alliance with Vaughn, her enigmatic WSB handler, whose presence in Port Charles is raising more questions than answers. On May 22, their covert partnership takes a risky turn when Carly stumbles upon the pair engaged in a hushed, intense conversation outside a secluded cafe near the docks. To Carly's observant eye, their body language suggests a closeness that goes beyond mere acquaintance. Vaughn's hand briefly on Jocelyn's arm, a shared look of urgency that doesn't escape a mother's keen instincts. Suspicion flares in Carly's mind. Is this man a romantic interest, a dangerous influence, or something else entirely? Determined to get to the bottom of it, Carly insists on meeting Vaughn, cornering Jocelyn with a barrage of questions as they approach him together. Vaughn, ever the smooth operator, offers a charming smile and a firm handshake, introducing himself as a business associate helping Jocelyn with a vague project. But Carly isn't easily fooled. Her years of navigating Port Charles's underbelly have honed her ability to sniff out deception. She probes deeper, asking pointed questions about how they met and what exactly this project entails, all while studying Vaughn's polished demeanor for cracks. Jocelyn, caught in the middle, scrambles to maintain her cover, weaving half-truths about a charity initiative or academic endeavor while her heart races with the fear of exposure. Behind her calm facade, she knows the stakes of her WSB mission to thwart Emma Scorpio Drake's dangerous plans could be jeopardized if Carly digs too far. The tension of this encounter leaves viewers wondering whether Jocelyn can keep her double life under wraps or if Vaughn's mysterious aura will unravel everything. Share your predictions in the comments below, and stay tuned to ABC General Hospital spoilers for all the latest updates on Jocelyn's gripping journey through this week of high-stakes drama.